broad. This is a little bit vast and a very very important. Surely, for a NCRT, for a board exam, the next pair, right? This diagram may be asked 99.1%. Fine. For 99%, we'll be getting this diagram in your NCRT exams. So just practice this particular diagram to the less 100 times. Very important diagram. Surely it will be asked. A question will be asked. Fine. So 99%. There is a probability of questions being asked from this. This diagram may be asked in a board exam. So just note this point. This is a very important diagram, and we'll come through to this after reading this paragraph. Fine. Okay. Some of the human diseases are caused by protozoans. This is called by protozoans. Fine. Let me opt in another color. Yes. Okay, fine. So, caused by malaria. Caused by protozoans too. So, we would have heard about malaria. Yes. So Plasmodium, a tiny protozoan, is responsible. Plasmodium is responsible for causing malaria. So there are 3 types of Plasmodium. Very important. Very very important. Yes. I'm sorry. This part. There are yet more types of Plasmodium. Fine. So this that is of higher level. Let's not go through it. This 3 is the more important types classifications of Plasmodium given in our NCRT. So let's go through these 3 points. Fine. Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malaria, Plasmodium falciparum, of which Plasmodium falciparum is the most fatal. F for fatal. So falciparum is fatal. Fine. So remember like that. Of these, malignant malaria is caused by Plasmodium falciparum and is the most serious one and can be fatal too. Fine. So Plasmodium falciparum causes malignant malaria, which is most serious one. So this is a very very important point. Malignant malaria is caused by Plasmodium falciparum. So note the point. Very very important point. So now let's go to the next paragraph. Yeah. Let us take a glance at the life cycle of the Plasmodium. Plasmodium enters the human body as sporozoites, infectious forms, through the bite of female Anopheles mosquito. Fine. So Plasmodium enters the human body as sporozoites, which is the infectious form. So infectious form of Plasmodium is its sporozoite form. So this is how it enters the human body from the mosquito. I will explain it when I come to the next page. Fine. I'll explain this very clearly. The parasites initially multiply within the liver cells and then attack the RBCs, resulting in their rupture. The rupture of RBCs is associated with the release of toxic substance called hemozoin, which is responsible for chill and high fever occurring every 3 to 4 days. When a female Anopheles is responsible for chill and high fever occurring every 3 to 4 days. When a female Anopheles mosquito bites an infected person, these parasites enter the mosquito body and undergo further development. The parasites multiply within them to form sporozoites that are stored in their salivary glands. When these mosquitoes bite a human, these sporozoites enter into his or her body, thereby initiating the events mentioned here. So I will explain it here. So this will be clear. Fine. So first, let's talk about a topic. A female Anopheles mosquito. Fine. So this female Anopheles mosquito, right? This female Anopheles mosquito is affected, right? So now it injects the Plasmodium in the form of the Plasmodium in the sporozoid stage. They are infectious sporozoid stage. So this mosquito, a female Anopheles mosquito, will inject the Plasmodium in its infectious sporozoid stage into the blood of humans, while sucking their while sucking the human's blood. Fine. uh, so why how so you would ask, how is it transmitted from this mosquito through to the human while it is sucking for the blood? It is simply sucking the blood, right? How it is getting transmitted? Now just understand one thing, that this mosquito saliva has certain clotting factors. Fine. So what this mosquito does is, it will bite us. I mean, while for sucking blood meal, when it bites us, when it bites us, after sucking the blood meal, it will secrete its saliva to prevent our blood from oozing out. That's why if a mosquito bites, you won't see blood oozing out. You will never see a blood oozing out. Rather, there would be that it would be swelled. Not that much. A small swelling would be seen, but blood won't ooze out. Why? It is because of the saliva. The clotting factor is present in the blood of the mosquito saliva, which prevents the which causes the blood clotting and prevents the blood oozing in our body. Fine. So now the plasmodium in its infectious sporozoite form is present in the salivary gland of the mosquito. So while it sucks blood meal, it will secrete its saliva, through which the sporozoites enter our human body, and after entering a body, it will directly enter into our liver. So it will directly go into our liver in the sporozoite form through the blood. Fine. So after in the liver, it will start reproducing asexually. It will start dividing. That means asexually it will reproduce in the liver. Yes. So there was let's check. There was three parasites would enter the liver cell. They start multiplying and they rupture the liver cell and enter into the blood. Fine. They enter into the blood. In the blood also they will divide. See, one parasite divides into many and rupture the blood cell, causing the release of hemozoin. So here where hemozoin release takes place, it will enter the RBC, it will start dividing and it would rupture to get itself released. So during this stage hemozoin is released, which causes cycles of fever. Fine. So this causes cycles of fever. Chills and fevers recurring every 3 to 4 days. Fine. At this stage, hemozoin release would take place, causing cycles of fever. Fine. So now the sexual stages of the parasite, that is the gametocyte formation, takes place in our human body. The gametocyte formation of the parasite takes place in our human body. It forms male and female gamete. Fine. So it forms male and a female gametocyte. And these gametocytes are present in our human blood. Again, another female mosquito comes and bites us. It takes our blood meal with it. Through the blood meal, the gametocytes of this parasite are carried. So now this becomes a vector. Now this Anopheles mosquito too would become a vector. So the gametocytes are being taken by the mosquito through our blood meal, right? And fertilization would takes place, and the fertilization of the male and female gametocyte would take place in the gut of the mosquito. It's fine. So fertilization development would take place in the gut of the mosquito and the sporocytes. So after fertilization, sporocytes are formed. Fine. So this for sporocytes escape from the gut to the salivary gland. So they escape from the gut to the salivary gland, and now sporocytes are present in salivary gland. When this mosquito bites another human, the sporocytes would be injected into that human and the cycle would continue. So they inject sporocytes and take gametocyte. So from humans, gametocytes are taken by the mosquitoes, and these mosquitoes would inject sporozoites into the humans. So this is the life cycle of the uh, malarial parasite, that is plasmodium. Fine. Yes. So this is something we have to know. Very important. So this stage up to gametocyte formation takes place in human host, sporocyte formation in mosquito host. So this plasmodium first enters the body as sporozoites, because the sporozoites are formed in the fertilization takes place in the mosquito's gut, and and the sporozoite escape from the mosquito gut, that is formed by escape from the mosquito gut and migrate to the salivary gland of the mosquito. With this mosquito, when it bites in human, it enters the human body as a sporozoite, and leaves human body host humans body as a gametocyte. So gametocyte formation takes place here, right? So this is a very very important thing to be noted, a very important one. Questions surely would be asked from this part. Fine. Sorry. Yes. Just go through this. Very important point to be noted. Fine. Yes. Okay. So now let's hope you understood this. This is a very important cycle to be known. Now in the next point, we would see this point in the next video. Fine. We'll start from entamoeba like kind of next video. Thank you for watching this video.